Coming up this morning on Chris 6 Sunrise, Corpus Christi City Council has approved an increase to property taxes. We'll take a look at how this affects you. Plus,
big changes are coming to your water and wastewater rates. I'm Alexis Scott with why city leaders say this hike is necessary and how it ties into Corpus Christi's credit rating.
For some, finding a job is a lot more difficult than it was a year ago. I'm Michaela Chavez near the Bay Area, looking at the August jobs report and how one college is helping their students find jobs.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Chris 6 Sunrise. Thank you so much for waking up with the Hoffmans. I'm Michelle Hoffman.
And I'm Brian Hoffman. Good to be back, folks. And hey, it's also good to have Miss Julia Quady back as well. We're all reunited and it feels
I think
so
we can
good.
sway to this line. Come on.
Oh,
come on, Julia.
Thanks for the backup. Appreciate it. All right. Hey, let's talk about the weather and especially the roadways that people are just waking up and heading out the door.
For sure. So things right now are dry across the coastal bend. We do have a small opportunity to see a couple passing showers coming to the forecast, especially for areas that are along the coast over the next few hours for us this morning. But right now across the area, staying mostly dry across the coastal bend, and that's of course going to translate to more of a smooth and easy commute to get your Wednesday morning started. But let's go ahead and take a look at those traffic flow maps to see what you can expect traffic flow wise as well. Heading on Ocean Drive down the SPID and on Saratoga, all three of those roadways are moving well for you for the start of your Wednesday morning. Heading on over towards the Flower Bluff area, Waldron Road, Flower Bluff Drive, all moving very smoothly right now, as you can see indicated by those shades of green on the map here. But once you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi, you can see a bit of a mixture of more medium to slow speeds starting to happen in that area right now, so you may be a bit more prepared for some slower traffic flow heading in that direction. But moving on over towards the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island, looking at a pretty decent start for your Wednesday morning commute if you're going to be heading on that bridge for your start of your Wednesday. More details coming up in your forecast in just a few more moments.
Well, thank you so much, Julia. Appreciate it. So the city has given final approval to a property tax increase for Corpus Christi neighbors. The property tax rate of about 59 cents for every $100 of property value was not changed. What did change, however, was the no new revenue rate. That rate went up by 0.23%, and that will come from the rising property values. Well, City Council also approved the vacant registration program. It requires owners to register buildings that have been vacant for 30 days or more. They'll have to provide a plan and a timeline on how they will bring their property up to code or reoccupy it. The City Council voted to remove a registration fee from the program, though. Because of the fee removal, Development Services will have to cut 2 code officer positions. Well, the City Council also approved to create a TERS 7. That's a tax increasement reinvestment zone. Number 7 will be on the south side in the London area. 2 major development projects have been proposed for that London area. Money from TERS 7 would help fund these projects. The next step is to get arrangements from Nueces County and from Del Mar College.
So we're going to have to pay more in some fees starting in October because Corpus Christi City Council approved a $1.6 billion budget for the new fiscal year. Some of them include higher fees from animal care services for impounding, daily boarding fees, and rabies immunizations. Short-term and covered parking at the airport is going up. Fees are also going up for Lake Corpus Christi Sunrise Beach RV. Neighborhood News reporter Alexis Scott has more on what other fees are going up.
Soon, you can see an increase on your bill for water and wastewater. This comes after city leaders vote on Tuesday to hike up those rates by more than $4.
City leaders say the increase is needed to keep up with aging infrastructure and to protect Corpus Christi's credit rating. The city's financial advisor warns without regular rate adjustments, credit agencies like Moody's could downgrade the city's rating. This could make borrowing money more expensive and cost more for taxpayers. The approved water rate for the average resident is going up to $4.78. The approved wastewater rate is also going up to $4.20. These changes go into effect January 1st.
Well, neighbors from Robstown and Cal Allen are heading to state capitol today to voice their concerns about the ammonia plant that Avena Clean Hydrogen wants to build in their area. The group is seeking a contested hearing with TCEQ, that's the Texas Commission of Environmental Quality. As it first reported, some people who live in or near that area on FM 1889 are against the plant. The TCEQ meeting is scheduled for 9:30 a.m.
Having difficulty finding a job? You're not alone. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise Neighborhood News reporter near the Bay Area. Job seekers, especially the young ones across the country, are hitting roadblocks. The Bureau of Labor Statistics says employers added just 22,000 jobs in August, way down from the 80,000 in July. Unemployment also climbed to 4.3%, the highest in nearly 4 years. For young adults ages 20 to 24, that rate nearly doubled to 9.2%. That's why Del Mar College is taking a proactive approach, helping students and graduates with resume reviews, interview prep, and even professional clothing through their Viking clothing closet. They also host career fairs, bringing dozens of employers directly to campus. They have a college fair coming up at the end of the month for those looking to continue their education, and a skills and trade fair set for November.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Heading out the door in some neighborhoods, you may notice a slight difference in terms of your conditions compared to how other areas might be feeling across the coastal bend this morning. Specifically, more inland and northern neighborhoods getting a bit of a drier start, so temperatures are going to be a little bit more agreeable and more comfortable for you compared to your other neighbors, maybe more closer towards the coast. We're going to see those higher dew point values, and that's of course going to contribute towards more of a humid and muggy feeling heading outside your door. So right now, let's go and take a look at that wide view of our current dew point values across the area. As you can see nearby Beeville, mostly sitting towards 65 degrees for your current dew point values. Most areas across the coastal bend well into that oppressive zone, into those 70s, maybe approaching those mid 70s for areas like Portland, here in Corpus Christi and over in the Bluff. So you can correlate with that we're going to be experiencing slightly warmer temperatures and flight temperatures already getting our morning started on this Wednesday. So again, higher dew point values for us here in Corpus Christi. So we can see it's going to mean air temperatures already sitting in those lower 80s. In contrast, Beeville, you guys have a lower dew point temperature, so your air temperatures were a little bit more comfortable for you starting out this morning, sitting around 71 degrees. So it's going to be kind of the mix across the coastal bend, most of us sitting in towards those upper 70s to lower 80s because most of us are under those higher dew point values to start us off on this Wednesday morning. Take a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. Got a chance to see a couple stray showers coming in through to the area, more specifically for areas that are along the coast because of a bit of a frontal boundary that's going to be off towards our coast and our coastal waters, feeding with our rain chances right now early this morning, but they won't stick around too long. We'll see a little bit more sunshine starting to come in around midday, and as we head towards the afternoon, warmer temperatures going back up towards those lower 90s. Thankfully for our afternoon high temperature though, we're going to continue with that trend of temperatures mostly sitting towards more of an average frame, so we'll only expect a high temperature of 94 degrees under mostly sunny skies for us here in Corpus Christi. Again, rain chances that will continue throughout the morning, only starting to decrease as we head towards the afternoon. Maybe with the help of that afternoon sea breeze, a couple showers can still stick around the forecast for some neighborhoods later on the day, but throughout most of our day, especially heading towards the evening, rain chances won't be looking too promising. Now that moisture and humidity, that's going to continue to be at play, kind of dibble-dabble back and forth, but still mostly sticking around towards that very humid zone all throughout the rest of our work week and heading towards our upcoming weekend. Drier air is going to start to come on in as we look ahead towards your weekend though. That's going to be after our rain chances start to increase ahead for us tomorrow and on our Friday. Temperatures will still remain to be a bit agreeable though, mostly near average.
All right, Julia, thank you so much. Coming up on Sunrise, a number of state lawmakers are making changes to how their state accesses vaccines. Scripps News Group Stephanie Liebergen has the latest on how it could bring changes to the federal level. Hey, welcome back, folks. 6:12 this Wednesday morning. You're getting our live look from our SPID Skycam. Traffic flowing pretty smoothly with some busy bees out on the road today. 80 degrees outside right now. Of course, we will check in with meteorologist Julia Quady. She's back standing by with a look at your forecast. But first, we have some national headlines to get to. So Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is promising to investigate vaccine injuries, which could prompt even more questions about what vaccine parents should be giving to their children.
Yeah, that's right. A lot to unpack here. Scripps News Group Stephanie Liebergen digs in to what's happening at the state level around vaccine access and what's coming up next week that could actually bring some major changes at the federal level.
With turmoil at the CDC, questions are swirling about vaccines and who should get them. While some states are banding together to ensure Americans don't lose access, others are working to eliminate mandates that have been in place for decades. California, Oregon, Washington, and Hawaii are launching the West Coast Health Alliance to provide unified recommendations. The alliance says it will safeguard scientific expertise, and the states will coordinate their health guidelines based on advice from national medical organizations. Other state leaders are also making moves to protect vaccine access in the face of potential changes at the federal level. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz signed an order to ensure the COVID-19 vaccine remains available. New York Governor Kathy Hochul signed a 30-day executive order making it easier for pharmacists to prescribe and provide the COVID-19 vaccine. Ohio's Republican Governor Mike DeWine and his health director are continuing to promote vaccines as safe and effective. But Florida is going the other direction, and it became the first state to announce plans to end vaccine mandates in schools. A proposed rule change is underway to lift requirements for hepatitis B, chickenpox, and pneumococcal diseases such as meningitis. That could go into effect in early December. Eliminating other requirements like vaccines for measles, polio, diphtheria, and more will require a change in state law. Medical experts say the Florida Surgeon General's announcement runs counter to decades of public health advice.
He is representing the medical freedom movement, which is to say, I'm going to do what's best for my child. I don't care about how that affects somebody else. Whereas in public health, you do care about the person next to you. And I think President Trump alluded to that.
On Capitol Hill last week, senators grilled Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. about his view on vaccines.
I understand some medicines harm people. Some of them have risks. Some of them have benefits that outweigh those risks for certain populations. And the same is true with vaccines. And we don't understand the risk profile.
After that hearing, President Donald Trump said he likes that Kennedy is different. But the next day, the president expressed caution about rolling back vaccine use.
You have some vaccines that are so incredible. And I think you have to be very careful when you say that some people don't have to be vaccinated.
Next week, the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices will meet. It will be the second meeting since Kennedy fired the 17 previous members and handpicked their replacements. The panel is scheduled to discuss vaccines for COVID-19, hepatitis B, measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox, and RSV. If the advisory panel recommends any changes to the vaccine schedule, those changes will need approval from the CDC director. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News Group, Washington.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Heading out the door, you might notice a small difference, especially looking at the map behind me, in terms of what areas in the coastal bend are waking up to more warm and muggy conditions compared to other areas that may be feeling a bit more dry and more comfortable, at least for now, for their current morning temperatures. Right now, let's go ahead and take a look at our current dew point values. It kind of explains why that's happening. As you can notice, over in Beeville, waking up towards a dew point value of 65 degrees. So that means your air temperature is going to be a bit more on the drier side and a bit more comfortable compared to areas that are along the coast and most neighborhoods, quite frankly, across the coastal belt, well into that oppressive zone with our dew point values mostly sitting towards those low, maybe approaching those mid 70s. So you can expect across these neighborhoods, we're going to be mostly sitting towards those 80s for our current temperatures across the coastal bend, whereas Beeville may be looking at a bit of a lower air temperatures right now into those lower 70s. But across the coastal bend, we'll see a bit of a warm up coming in for all of us as we head towards the afternoon. Rain chances will stick around for us early this morning. This is going to be because of that moisture that's still currently in place across most of our neighborhoods and a bit of a frontal boundary that's kind of sitting off over towards our coast that's going to feed towards our rain chances coming in throughout the morning and maybe ahead towards the early part of our afternoon. Still can expect temperatures reaching to those lower 90s under mostly sunny skies by around 2 o'clock. Still expecting an afternoon high temperature of 94 degrees. So thankfully we'll still be sitting towards those more agreeable and near average afternoon high temperatures for us. Slightly maybe above average, but nothing too far apart from the norm for where we should be sitting for our afternoon high temperatures. Looking at our rain chances, like I mentioned, those are going to stick around throughout most of the morning, only decreasing a little bit after lunchtime, and after that throughout the remainder of our day. Not really expecting much of any impressive rainfall or rain chances for that matter at all throughout the rest of our Wednesday. Rain chances will come back, though, ahead for us on our Thursday and Friday. Really decent and significant rain chances coming to the mix by then. But before we get there, like I mentioned, rain chances are the forecast for us this morning, all due towards this frontal boundary. It's going to help us out with a couple stray showers that could pass on through, especially for more coastal counties and coastal neighborhoods here in the coastal bend. But like I mentioned, thankfully we're sticking around that trend of near average, near normal temperatures for us in the forecast. That's going to continue throughout the second half of our work week, even continuing to next week. We're still not going to see too much separation from the norm in terms of our afternoon high temperatures, so that means we'll mostly be sitting towards those lower 90s over the next few days. Now for our rain chances tomorrow and on our Friday, that's going to be due towards high pressure continuing to shift on over towards the west, adding towards more of that onshore flow, pushing in towards more of that moisture increase. So we'll be looking at pretty promising rain chances ahead for us tomorrow and on our Friday, anywhere between that isolated towards widely scattered showers and thunderstorms that will be possible in the forecast to wrap up our work week. After that, though, got drier air that's going to replace that, and we'll be looking at more sunshine and still agreeable temperatures, but dry conditions ahead for us this weekend.
Taxes are the big talker in Alice. I'm Melissa Trevino with all you need to know about the city's new budget.
Welcome back, folks. All right, it is that time yet again. I'm breaking down the cheapest grocery prices around the coastal bend for you, serving them up on a plate. Let's start off with the price of eggs. And hey, by the way, all of these prices are per the retailer's website as of this morning. So H-E-B comes in third place. Second place is Target. Walmart is first place with a great value, $2.72 there. Now on to a loaf of bread. Third place goes to Target. That's sitting at $1.49. And Walmart and actually H-E-B are tied, or no, that's the next one. This one they're not. Well, Walmart is second place at $1.27. H-E-B first place, $1.25. And then up to a gallon of milk. Now, this is where they're tied here. Target is third place, $2.89. Second and third place for H-E-B and Walmart, $2.52 there. They both actually went down by 10 cents since last week. Wrapping things up, though, let's take a look at the protein. No big changes here, folks. $6.49 at Target, $4.79 for H-E-B. Walmart, $4.44 as the cheapest price. I hear that you can get them cheaper over at some of the meat markets, so maybe might want to check it out. As always, if you can find cheaper prices than these guys, might be worth stockpiling while you can.
Alrighty, good morning. I'm taking a live look outside now from our Skycam, our SPID Skycam, where you can see more of your neighbors right now getting their Wednesday morning started, heading out the door. Chalk flow is looking to be pretty smooth, heading in both directions there, so it means you're going to be in for a nice and easy drive, at least getting your morning started. Let's go ahead and take a look at other roadways we expect on other areas across the coastal bend here. We can see on Ocean Drive looking to be pretty good. It's on our Skycam. SPID is moving well, so we can see that being reflected here on our traffic flow map too. Heading on Saratoga, also can look at some pretty easy flowing traffic flow too. Moving on over towards Flower Bluff, heading on Waldron Road and on Flower Bluff Drive. No traffic issues in sight on those two roadways, but as per usual, once you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi, you can see a bit of a slower speed and a little bit more congestion to be expected heading in that direction. And moving on over towards the JFK Causeway, going to and from the island, again looking at nice and smooth, agreeable driving conditions heading on the bridge going to and from the island this morning. That's it for your traffic report, with details of your forecast coming up.
I'm Tony Jaramillo on the south side, where a major road project has made its way to one of the busiest intersections in all of Corpus Christi, and I'll tell you what you need to know.
Now, weather on the 6s.
Hey there, good morning and welcome back. Taking a live look outside from our Snoopy's Pier Skycam, sponsored by CCAC. We can see that track flow is looking good heading to and from the island on the JFK Causeway. Weather-wise, all of us are mostly starting off towards a dry start this morning. We could see a couple stray showers here and there start to peek their way through the forecast through some areas in the coastal bend, mostly for areas that are along the coast today. Only throughout the morning hours, rain chances will start to taper off as we head towards the afternoon. Better rain chances are on the way as we head towards tomorrow and on your Friday as we wrap up our work week. Let's go ahead and get into all the nitty-gritty details for what you expect your forecast to wrap up our work week here. But right now, let's go and take a look at our current conditions right now heading outside your door. You can notice you got some cooler temperatures for areas that are further up north and further inland. This, of course, includes Beeville, George West, over in Freer, Cotulla, all mostly waking up towards those temperatures, reaching into those lower 70s or even into those upper 60s in areas like Beeville. That's going to be due towards a little bit more drier air, mostly being regulated and sitting towards those areas. But across the majority of the coastal bend, all of us are mostly waking up towards temperatures in those upper 70s or lower 80s as they are here in Corpus Christi. We are going to have higher dew point values to accompany that, so it's going to make sense as to why areas with higher dew point values, more moisture and humidity, that's going to lead towards higher temperatures waking up this morning, mostly sitting to those lower 80s, whereas areas got those lower dew point values like Beeville waking up to temperatures that are a little bit more agreeable and more comfortable into those upper 60s to low 70s. But looking at our hourly planner here, like I mentioned, got a chance to see a couple stray showers throughout parts of the coastal bend early this morning. Rain chances aren't going to stick around too long. We'll expect more drier conditions and more sunny skies ahead for us this afternoon. Temperatures reaching into those lower 90s, expecting a high temperature, still sitting around that near average line, maybe slightly technically above average, but still we're going to be in those lower 90s, 94 degrees here in Corpus Christi for our afternoon high temperature. Like I mentioned, for our rain chances, those will mostly be sticking around during the morning hours. Going to have less of a chance to see any shower activity as we head towards the afternoon and throughout the remainder of our day. Rain chances will quickly come back to the forecast as we head towards tomorrow, and for our Friday looking a bit more promising, and I'll have more details as to why in the next few moments. But going over our rain chances this morning, it's mostly going to be tied towards that moisture that's still technically in our forecast and in our area. Also, this frontal boundary that's going to be off towards our coast, feeding towards our rain chances coming in throughout the morning that again will start to dissipate as we head towards the later afternoon hours. But looking at our upper level pattern, we still got high pressure that's building in the upper levels of the atmosphere that is going to contribute towards that onshore flow that's going to continue to build for us tomorrow and on Friday. And it's going to be that onshore flow along with high pressure building aloft towards our west that's going to help us out with our rain chances beginning tomorrow and then leading towards your Friday as well. We'll see anywhere between isolated to even widely scattered showers and thunderstorms that will be possible in the forecast. But then after that, rain chances will dwindle off and not look really promising ahead for us this weekend. But another return of maybe some rain chances coming in early next week, maybe late on Monday going into our Tuesday. Now overall with our temperatures, things will be still pretty agreeable, technically slightly above average, but near average high temperatures that will stick around the forecast beyond this week heading into next week. So a bit of a busy forecast for us as you can take a look at our 7-day here. Again, possible rain showers early this morning, drier conditions ahead for this afternoon. Temperatures still maintaining near average throughout the rest of our week with rain chances that will be more promising tomorrow and Friday.
Julia, thank you so much. So the grills will be hot, the music loud, and the mission powerful. Still ahead on Sunrise, we have a preview of the Smoke on the Water event and its impact here at home.
This is Veterans in Focus, sponsored by the Heil Law Firm. Battling for justice, winning for the community.
This month, Smoke on the Water returns for year 3, bringing barbecue, bands, and a greater purpose. For this week's Veterans in Focus, we're going beyond the festivities, though, to spotlight the inspiring mission behind the Redford Ranch Foundation.
I love it here. When I'm having a bad day, I go over in the corner there and just sit or look and remember, like, I'm blessed and fortunate to live here, you know, and even be here.
It's been just over a year since I introduced you to Marine Corps veteran Doug Grayson. The founder of the Redford Ranch Foundation tells me a lot has changed since then.
Got some new shoes since I saw you guys last. I had an elective amputation in December of last year on the 10th, so I'm about 3 months into my wearing this prosthetic, and things are going really, really well. I really couldn't be happier. I'm in a great spot.
His nonprofit's impact is growing too. The Redford Ranch Foundation offers holistic therapies for veterans and first responders. He believes it helps them reconnect with purpose through outdoor activities like fishing, kayaking, and even horseback riding.
My little saying is, if it's not a doctor's office or a pill, I'm willing to figure out how to facilitate it. My belief in that is that, you know, that we're filling that gap. I'm not against doctors or anything like that, but you know, there's a large problem with like pills and stuff being the only answer, and we're trying to provide another answer. in a long-term path for healing.
For Grayson, the mission is deeply personal, and it started with a system he believes left him over-medicated and overwhelmed.
On the pills, I was very lethargic. I was honestly like drooling on myself, sometimes falling asleep mid-conversation, not remembering who I was, where I was.
And at his lowest point, Grayson nearly lost his will to live.
What do you think saved you?
This, fishing, the water, people who believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, which is, I guess, the basis of Redford Ranch Foundation. Just a place where people believe in you and get the opportunity to maybe re-experience or try something new that becomes a passion in life.
That passion and purpose continues this month at the 3rd annual Smoke on the Water event. The 2-day festival promises to be bigger than ever, with a state championship barbecue competition, vendors, kids activities, and live music. The celebration supports the Aransas Pass Fire Department, youth programs, and of course, veterans in our neighborhoods.
There's plenty of people that care. If we just get them in a place centralized with the goal of helping these people that need it. And so that's what we're trying to do. And you know, we try to partner with other organizations that support our mission because of that.
Now, Smoke on the Water is on September 26th and 27th at the Shrimpery Grounds in Aransas Pass. For more details on the event and the Redford Ranch Foundation, you could visit our website, christv.com.
Hey there, good morning. Happy Wednesday. So in our forecast today, things will be a bit different. We'll see a little bit of a chance of small showers coming in early before we'll expect some mostly sunny conditions as we head towards the afternoon. Now, rain chances aren't looking super promising in terms of heavy downpours really truly being possible. Just a couple showers here and there, especially for areas that are along the coast, to be expected throughout the early morning hours. After around lunchtime, though, things will dry up pretty quickly. We'll see more sunshine coming on through. Also, our temperatures warming up into those lower 90s. Only expecting an afternoon high temperature, though, of 94 degrees here in Corpus Christi, so still slightly above average but near normal temperatures to be expected in our forecast today. Now, my 7-day forecast wants to pop up behind me. Hopefully I can show you that we do have more promising rain chances ahead as we look ahead towards your Thursday and your Friday. There we go. I think I can got it. Yep. It's right there. So we got rain chances that look more promising Thursday and Friday before things start to dry up as we head toward this upcoming weekend, with temperatures still remaining in those lower 90s.
From Chris 6, this is 20 minutes of non-stop news.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our 20 minutes of nonstop news with the Hoffmans. I'm Brian Hoffman.
And I'm Michelle Hoffman. We have plenty of neighborhood news for you this morning, but first, let's check in with meteorologist Julia Quady. She's back, everyone. Good morning, Julia.
Good morning, you guys. So yeah, track flow wise, things are looking pretty good across the coastal bend. Can see that all of us are going to be waking up towards drier conditions for now, but there is a slight chance we could see some passing showers throughout the morning before things start to dry up by the time we reach this afternoon. Right now, taking in this view from our SPID Skycam, can see some passing clouds right now in our skies and a lot more folks hitting those roadways, making it a bit more of a busier view right now on our SPID Skycam. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of our trap flow map so you can expect on other roadways throughout the area. As we see here, we can see heading onto the JFK Causeway going to and from the island, looking at pretty decent driving conditions right now. Heading on over towards Flower Bluff, a little bit mixture of medium to slow speed that you can encounter heading in both directions there on that roadway. All clear though, heading on Flower Bluff Drive and just a bit of a median speed as you get a little bit closer towards the gate at NAS Corpus Christi. Moving on over towards downtown, Ocean Drive down to SPID and on Saratoga. All three of those roadways are colored in with that green, letting you know that traffic flow is moving pretty smoothly on those three roadways right now. That's it for your Traport. More details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you so much, Julie. Appreciate it. We're going to check back in with you in just a little bit. But first, City Council has given final approval to a property tax increase for Corpus Christi neighbors. The property tax rate of about 59 cents for every $100 of property value was not changed. What did change, however, was the no new revenue rate. That went up by 0.23%, and that will come from rising property values. Well, City Council also approved the vacant registration program, so hopefully some of those eyesores will start disappearing. It requires owners to register buildings that have been vacant for 30 days or more. They'll have to provide a plan and a timeline on how they will bring their property up to code or reoccupy it. The City Council voted to remove a registration fee from the program. Because of the fee removal, though, Development Services will have to cut 2 code officer positions. Well, City Council also approved to create a TERS 7, the Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone, 7 will be on the south side in the London area. Now, 2 major developments have been proposed for the London area. Money from TIRZ 7 would help fund these projects. The next step is to get arrangements from Nueces County and Del Mar College.
Okay, from a major road project coming to a busy intersection to neighbors from Robstown heading to the state capitol today to voice their concerns over an ammonia plant. We have you covered in your neighborhood check-in.
Soon, you can see an increase on your bill for water and wastewater. This comes after city leaders vote on Tuesday to hike up those rates by more than $4.
City leaders say the increase is needed to keep up with aging infrastructure and to protect Corpus Christi's credit rating. The city's financial advisor warns without regular rate adjustments, credit agencies like Moody's could downgrade the city's rating. This could make borrowing money more expensive and cost more for taxpayers. The approved water rate for the average resident is going up to $4.78. The approved wastewater rate is also going up to $4.20. These changes go into effect January 1st.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your neighborhood news reporter on the south side. Crews have started construction on Everhart and SPID. The work is part of a larger $29 million Everhart Road reconstruction project. So what's closed and what are drivers saying?
A lot of bottlenecking, a lot of upset drivers, people trying to cut through the parking lot here at Best Buy.
City leaders put aside $3.4 million to upgrade infrastructure, which they say will improve water system efficiency. The work here is part of Phase 1, preventing drivers from turning left from eastbound SPID onto northbound Everhart. Drivers headed north on Everhart must detour at Corona Drive. The construction closes the U-turn onto eastbound SPID, and northbound Everhart is closed between Corona and westbound SPID. The city has also posted online information to help drivers navigate through the inconvenience. The construction project is expected to be done in March of 2026. On the south side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
I'm Alyssa Trevino, your neighborhood news reporter in Alice. City officials have unveiled its 2026 fiscal year budget. I sat down with Alice City Manager Michael Esparza to break down the numbers and what this means for taxpayers. On Friday, during a special budget meeting, the City Council approved a final budget tax rate of 0.615706. Esparza says it's about a 4-cent increase from the current tax rate of 0.56. He says this property tax increase will offset some additional expenses the city has. The City Council also approved a 1-cent raise for most city employees. These budget changes go into effect October 1st.
Suzanne Gallagher is a member of the group called Concerned Citizens of Robstown and Calallen. They have been actively against the proposed ammonia plant by Avina Clean Hydrogen since they learned about it early last year. Their main concern is the proximity to the neighborhood. Back in March, the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality released a 69-page document stating Avina's permit application meets the legal requirements. A month later, neighbors sent letters to the TCEQ expressing their concerns. Now, thanks to the letters and an expert's help in providing additional information about the permit, they are now able to seek a contested case hearing and will go to Austin to sit in the TCEQ meeting. About 10 neighbors will head up to the state capitol to attend the meeting. Chris 6 reached out to Avina but have yet to hear back from them.
Hey there, good morning, happy Wednesday. You may notice that some neighborhoods here in the Coastal Bend a bit of a more comfortable start compared to other neighborhoods, mostly areas more further inland and northern. Going to see more drier conditions because your dew point values are a little bit lower compared to other neighborhoods that are a little bit more coastal, with those dew point values mostly sitting towards those 70s. That means more of that oppressive zone, so you can expect more muggy conditions in those areas. So right now, taking a look at that current dew point value, you can see that in areas further up north like Beeville, mostly sitting towards a dew point value of 64 degrees. Most other areas and neighborhoods here in the Coastal Bend sitting into those 70s. So that means most communities will be waking up towards more mugginess, more humidity, and warmer air temperatures throughout those neighborhoods with those higher dew point values. So for example, here in Corpus Christi, we're waking up to a temperature of 80 degrees, but over in areas like Beeville, as we saw their dew point value mostly sitting into around those 60s. You guys are going to wake up towards those 60s as well for your air temperatures right now. So depending on where your dew point value is sitting, that can play a part in determining how our temperatures are waking up and getting our day started on this Wednesday. Taking a look at our hourly planner here, small chance we could see some showers, a couple stray showers pass on through some coastal neighborhoods throughout the morning, but rain chances will quickly wrap up as we head towards the afternoon, expecting mostly sunny skies, temperatures reaching into those lower 90s, going to have an afternoon high temperature of 94 degrees here in Corpus Christi. Winds will be coming in from an easterly direction, clocking nearby 15 to 20 miles an hour. Here's another view at our rain chances over the next 24 hours. Again, not really looking at anything truly impressive. Maybe a couple scattered showers coming on through from more coastal neighborhoods like here in Corpus Christi over the course of our morning. But after lunchtime, all of us can expect drier conditions re-entering the forecast, again under mostly sunny skies. Rain chances will be entering the forecast again, though, as we head towards your Thursday and your Friday. But looking at our big weather picture, we can see what's going to be tied towards our rain chances today is going to be this frontal boundary that is kind of off towards our coast that could help us out with that onshore flow, as well with high pressure that's continuing to build off towards the west of us, again providing more of that rain chances that will be more promising ahead for us tomorrow and as we wrap up our work week on our Friday. Thankfully, temperatures are going to remain to be pretty agreeable for us here in the coastal bend, slightly above average but not too far apart from the norm of what we can expect. So it means all our temperatures are going to mostly sit towards those lower 90s today and throughout the remainder of our week heading towards the weekend. But again, promising rain chances will be ahead for us Thursday and Friday before things dry up this upcoming weekend.
Having difficulty finding a job? You're not alone. I'm Michaela Chavez, your Sunrise neighborhood news reporter near the Bay Area. Job seekers, especially the young ones across the country, are hitting roadblocks. I talked with the team at Del Mar College about how they're helping their students find the workaround. The Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that employers added 22,000 jobs in August compared to the almost 80,000 in July. On top of the slow hiring, the unemployment rate rose to 4.3%, the highest in nearly 4 years. It's something that's got everyone's attention.
It has been, a talk lately on how to increase the job market.
The unemployment rate for 20 to 24-year-olds jumped to 9.2% in August, the highest since May 2021, which is why Del Mar College is taking a proactive approach to help their current students and Viking graduates feel some sense of relief during the job hunt.
We service alumni for life,
helping them with resources like interview prep, resume touch-ups, and even offering professional clothing to wear to interviews with their Viking clothing closet. They also offer networking workshops, including constant job fairs.
We also work with a variety of employers to connect them to our students and graduates.
The job fairs not only connect students with employers, but helps them bridge that gap of those trying to find a job tailored specifically to them.
We can have anywhere from 40 to 60 employers that are, seeking great candidates, or we offer that customized hiring event for 1 or 2 employers at a time.
Speaking of upcoming networking events, Del Mar will hold a college fair at the end of the month for those looking to continue their education further than an associate's degree.
We have 45 colleges that are coming. They're going to set up their table to promote their programs that are at their college.
They'll also have a skills and trade job fair at their Windward campus if you're interested in jobs like
process technology, instrumentation, millwright, welding, HVAC.
The college will also take your professional headshot if you need it to upload onto your job-seeking accounts like Handshake and LinkedIn, and they can also help you set up those accounts.
It is huge now. It's a social networking platform for students to learn about the job opportunities out there. Everything now, is online.
And even if you don't attend Del Mar or never have, there's always other ways to open yourself up to networking. I took the time to get on Facebook, search Corpus Christi jobs, and it gave me a list of a bunch of different public groups always posting about who's hiring. Del Mar College's career fair is scheduled for September 30th from 9 to 11 at the Heritage Campus, and the school's skills and trade fair is set for November. Near the Bay Area, I'm your Sunrise neighborhood news reporter Michaela Chavez, Chris Sunrise.
Now, 6 things to know before you go.
A federal judge blocked President Trump's effort to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. Judge Gia Cobb granted Cook's request to stop the attempted firing. She said the move is likely illegal and that Cook must be reinstated. Trump has attempted to fire Cook for cause, citing an investigation into her for possible mortgage fraud. The Trump administration is likely to appeal, and the case will probably be decided by the Supreme Court.
Well, the fired head of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention will testify on Capitol Hill. Senate's Health Committee announced on Tuesday it will hear from Dr. Suzanne Menares. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. fired her last month after Kennedy claimed that she told him she was an untrustworthy person. Menares has criticized Kennedy for his positions that he's taken on vaccines. Former senior CDC official Deborah Howerly will also testify. She resigned in protest after Menares was outed. The hearing is set to take place on September 17th.
The Supreme Court will decide whether or not President Donald Trump's sweeping global tariffs are legal. The High Court announced on Tuesday that it will hear the case. A lower court ruled the Trump administration didn't have the authority to impose many of the tariffs under a federal law meant for emergencies. The Trump administration argues the tariffs are needed to address major trade deficits with other countries. The court is set to hear oral arguments in November. Meantime, the tariffs will remain in place until the legal challenges are resolved.
Well, Uvalde's school board has hired new lawyers. School board lawyers have coordinated 2 releases of emails and other documents. But board members heard Monday there may be 1 million pages of public records still to be released. The school board president said that they're seeking guidance from another law firm because it looks like there's a cover-up. 19 children and 2 teachers were killed in Uvalde on May 24, 2022, when a gunman walked into the school and opened fire.
Here in your neighborhood, the Padre Island Property Owners Association has been given the tentative okay to drill some wells at Billish Park. The City Council approved an ordinance that allows the association to drill and build 4 water wells at the park. It's located in the Padre Isles neighborhood. The wells will be used to irrigate Billish Park. The Padre Island Property Owners Association will be responsible for building and maintaining the wells, and the ordinance still has to pass one more vote at the next council meeting.
Well, the city of Corpus Christi will be hosting their Litter Critter Free event. It's for cleanup this weekend. It'll take place Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. over at the Toloso Midway High School. Items that are accepted are brush, bulky items, household trash, tires, metal items. Items that are not accepted are household hazardous waste and concrete. Commercial hauling, as always, is not allowed. For more information, visit cctexas.com.
So here's a look at what's trending. If you have a sweet tooth, get ready to explore a new Girl Scout cookie flavor. Check out the Explore More's The Girl Scouts. Latest creation packs chocolate, marshmallows, and toasted almond flavors into our Rocky Road inspired cookie theme. The organization says the name captures the limitless spirit of exploration that drives Girl Scouts. They'll be sold for the upcoming Girl Scout cookie season, which kicks off in January. Looks pretty good.
You cannot take over my Thin Mints, though. All right. I will try these guys out, but I am skeptical. But Thin Mints are, yeah. And the only reason I say that is because I want a box.
We gotta wait until January.
Okay, fine. You know, I think we should grab them and have a little morning show taste off.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I'll see if I can convince her to.
Side note, he did get the Burger King cinnamon cinnamonies.
Oh my gosh!
And he loved it.
Update. It was amazing. It was everything I dreamed of and more. Yeah, Cineminis. They are back, folks, and they are back all day long. Not just at breakfast. No, there's no video. My producer or my director was asking me for video. No video. They didn't last that long. They were gone like that.
Yes, he did take a photo.
You were excited. Like the minute we had that story for our trending last week, I believe, you could see the happiness, the glow all over you.
Not only a little taste of nostalgia, but that Cine Mini goodness.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Well, hey, for breakfast, should people be eating something hot or something cool to cool them off this early?
Well, it depends on what neighborhood you're waking up in. If you're a little bit further up north in areas like Beeville or over towards more inland neighborhoods as well, you're going to be looking at a bit of a cooler start this morning. Temperatures mostly sitting in those neighborhoods in those upper 60s to lower 70s. But if you're a little bit more closer towards the coast, like here in Corpus Christi, we're waking up to a temperature of 80 degrees, so you might be in for a bit of a cooler start this morning in terms of what you want to consume to maybe help you cool off, as things are only going to warm up as we go throughout the remainder of our day. Right now, taking a look at our Snoopy Spears Skycam sponsored by CCAC. You get this gorgeous view right now of the sunrise starting out above the JFK Causeway there. So really gorgeous, picturesque view for us this morning. But like I mentioned, things will be kind of cool for areas going further inland, but areas along the coast. Bit of a warmer start for us this morning. and we do have a small chance to see a couple stray showers potentially over the course of our morning. So let's go ahead and see what this means for your dog walking forecast. So first, introducing our star, we got Nala Rose here. Nala Rose can expect, again, a couple stray showers possible, especially for areas that are along the coast, but mostly dry conditions for all of us across the coastal bend as we head towards the afternoon. Taking a look at our hour-by-hour forecast in terms of our dog walking forecast here. Again, rain chances that will be pretty consistent all throughout the morning and heading towards the early start of our afternoon. Not expecting a washout by any means, but just a couple stray showers. Could be a bit scattered in nature, potentially for areas that are along the coast. But again, all of us will see a decrease in our rain chances and our opportunities on that front as we head towards the afternoon and heading towards the early evening. Not looking at any promising rain chances on the way at that time frame, but other showers that will start to build into the forecast beginning on Thursday, carrying on over towards our Friday as we wrap up the end of our work week. What's going to drive our rain chances this morning is going to be onshore flow, of course, coming in with those easterly winds. Also going to see that frontal boundary off towards our coast, adding towards a little bit of instability. So that's going to build towards our rain chances that, again, will be possible throughout the morning before things start to dry out. Under mostly sunny skies, temperatures reaching back up towards those lower 90s as we head towards the afternoon. So again, things will start to get a little bit more comfortable over the next few hours for us. Going to see better rain chances ahead for us tomorrow and on Friday with some more scattered showers, thunderstorms that will be possible. But look at those temperatures. I know we're still in the 90s, but we are near average. So I think we can take this and be happy. I think.
Bring an umbrella.
Yes, for sure.
Ella. Hey. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll see you soon.
See you tomorrow.